This lovely Japanese girl is modeling a smart outfit made of beautiful, pure silk, a fabric with the luster of pearls. There's drama and romance in the origin of the silk in this dress. Its very threads can be traced directly to this humble Japanese silkworm farmer. His name is Yukio Saito. He's part of an industry that began almost 4,000 years ago. Well, once silk was as highly prized by nobility as diamonds and rubies. But today, most anyone can afford fine silk garments like this, thanks to the modern methods of the Japanese silk industry. And that's what Brenda Tix of Texas City, Texas wants to know about. The story of silk from the silkworm to the finished product. Like Yukio, 40% of all farmers in Japan cultivate silkworms, a community project that starts with the mulberry leaves and winds up inside the home. Inside Yukio's house, his family and neighbors will place the leaves on trays for the newborn silkworms to feed upon. It's almost incredible, but silkworms survive only with human care. That's because they've been domesticated for thousands of years. These little creatures have a terrific appetite. After 4 weeks of gorging, the full-grown worms will be ready to spin their precious silk cocoons. As they spin, they adhere to these straw sticks. If the worm inside the cocoon was left to its natural course, it would emerge as a moth. Some of Yukio's neighbors still use outmoded methods. They boil the cocoons to kill the budding moth inside, and then laboriously pull the tiny silk strands out by hand. About 5 to 8 strands make one thread. But today, Yukio sells his cocoons to the big silk factories in the cities of Japan. Thousands of cocoons are inspected and dirty or pierced ones are eliminated. A hot bath softens and removes gummy substances and loosens the strands. This makes it easy for these operators to reel the strands onto spools. In many factories, machines do their work. One cocoon can be unraveled to a fine filament 3,500 feet long. Some filaments break off, and the operators constantly replace the cocoons when a filament reaches its end. The girl in charge of one machine has to keep her eyes constantly on 140 cocoons. The raw silk that's not exported goes to another operation where it's woven or knitted into beautiful fabrics. Materials of silk have elegancy, elasticity, insulating properties, and an affinity for dye that makes possible limitless colors and designs. For the Japanese people, the kimono is the traditional art form of the silk industry. Fine silk, the fabric that owes its origin to the humble silkworm farmer Yukio Saito, his family, and his little home industry.